Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Supipara Chapter 2.
お褒めに預かり恐縮です。
それにこの丁寧かつ上品な物腰、親がいなくとも自然と似ちゃうものなのね。
Just stay calm, stay calm. Now wasn't the time to courteously throw snide comebacks into the conversation. We listened to Mom explain her situation for a few minutes while drinking tea. Her story was simple enough to wrap your head around within that short time, and yet it was still quite severe.
お茶のおかわりはいかがですか？
ありがとう、いただくわ。
Some unbelievable things do happen sometimes, huh? Rikka had headed into the kitchen, but we kept the conversation going.
こっちも驚いたわ。
Despite what she said, she looked rather indifferent about the whole thing. Putting the main points in order, it worked out as follows. Mom's memories had come to an end around her early 20s. To be specific, it seemed to be right around the time she and Dad got married. She had absolutely no memory of giving birth to me and Rikka, of Dad passing away. Oh. Or of the accident at sea which had put her into a coma in the first place. The reason she hadn't known about Rikka wasn't due to the passage of time, but because of a loss of memory. In addition to sleeping for several years, she was missing a number of valuable memories from beforehand. A period of blank space which was far too long. It was bad enough that she would likely find it challenging to adjust to a normal everyday life. However, it seemed my mother's cousin, whom I just called my aunt, had taught her some fundamental knowledge about the modern day. You know about cell phones and the internet, right?
もちろん聞いたわよ。すごい世の中になったもんよね。
You won't see a TV and get surprised by people moving inside the box or anything, will you?
私が若い頃にもテレビくらいあったもん。
It's just a joke, you don't need to emphasize it. She was emotionally in her 20s, so I guess she had a youthful tone too. Since it was our first time meeting, I had spoken to her in a polite manner, but I got the feeling that even though she was my mother, that didn't really matter. Oh well, maybe I didn't have to be so careful around her.
っていうか、自分で言ってて若い頃ってへこむわね。私の人生って一体何なのかしら。
That would be disappointing. She had slept straight through her youth, the best years of her life. And forgive me for saying it, but she hadn't caught a glimpse of her adorable children growing up either.
まあいいか。
That was easy. There may have been some lesson I should learn from such practicality. On the condition that it wasn't a bad influence on Rikka anyway.
こうして今は元気いっぱいなわけだしね。済んだことを悔やんでも仕方ないわ。
That's true.
前向きに仲良くやっていきましょう。
You really are easygoing.
私の記憶のことを気にしたり、無理に親子らしくしようとか考えないってことよ。
そうですね。一緒に暮らしていれば自然と家族になっていきますよね。
Mom seemed to have missed that, but Rikka whispered to herself in the kitchen. The way she phrased that kind of made it sound like she was talking herself into believing it. Seeing our mother again after so long and being forgotten may have made Rikka lose her bearings.
さてと。
She got up from her chair and stood in the center of the living room.
もうちょっと話もしたいけど、家の様子を見てきてもいいかな。
Please do, I'm in no rush.
了解。
私がご案内します。一緒に参りましょう。
Aww, that'd be nice. Rikka pitter-pattered back out from the kitchen.
いい子だね。
Rikka and Mom left the living room and seemed to get along swimmingly. Mother should have been familiar with the layout of the house, so I doubted there was any real need to guide her. Doing something together would probably make for a good icebreaker though. I'll leave it to Rikka for now. We could more or less decide the rules of the household and how to divvy up chores sometime later. After all, there's no need to rush. Let's take our time and not worry about the little details. Be it about our family or about our lives here. Ah, yes. Ellipses? Whoa! My cell phone suddenly rang. I quickly picked up my phone from it beside me and checked the screen. Sakura Narumi? I wonder what it could be. Hello?
ゆきなりくん、私だけどびっくりだよ。
For some reason, she was in high spirits. What's wrong?
遅刻しないように病院に早めに行ったのに、ゆきなりくんのお母さん、もう退院したって。
Ah, I completely forgot about our plans to meet up. Our mom is already home.
私だけはぶられた。
I wasn't sure where she was, but I bet she was having an exaggerated overreaction as she yelled. What a shame, I couldn't see it with my own eyes. I bet it was hilarious.
びっくりさせようと思って、またメイド服で来たのに、私がびっくりさせられちゃったよ。こりゃ一本取られたね。
Sure did. Since you went to the effort going to the hospital, please get yourself checked out while you're there. I couldn't believe she not only went downtown in that outfit, but all the way to the hospital.
無事にゆきなりくんとお母さんが会えたならいいや。
Sakura One-san ignored my joke and spoke in a cheerful voice.
とりあえず、涼子さんに挨拶もしたいし、そっちに行くね。
I'm sorry for standing you up, so I'll come meet you near the bridge by that intersection.
豆だね。
There are a few things I'd better explain before you meet her, too.
何のこと？
I'll tell you when we meet up. A mother might cry if Sakura One-san called her auntie.
それじゃあ、橋のあたりで。
Oh, hold on.
なんじゃろほい。
Please change clothes before you come over. After that back and forth, we arranged to meet in an hour. She agreed to change her clothes and would swing by her house on the way here. She will come in normal clothes, won't she? I don't think so. If she showed up in an outfit more ridiculous than last time, then, well, whatever. If that happened, I would just pretend not to know her.
何がいいの？
Mom popped into the living room. Nothing, just talking to myself. More importantly, Sakura One-san, auntie's daughter wants to see you, so I'm going to meet up with her in a bit.
そうなんだ。わかったわ。いってらっしゃい。
It was still a bit early before we had to meet up, but not like I had anything better to do, even if I stayed home. I was feeling kind of antsy anyway, so taking a walk outside couldn't hurt.
兄様、お出かけなんですか？
Rikka asked as I walked out into the hallway. It looked like she was on her way into the living room with Mom. Sakura One-san's coming over, so I'm going to meet her. I'll do the shopping while I'm out.
そんな、兄様がわざわざ買い物なんて。
All I've done is rely on you since yesterday. Let me do this much.
兄様がそうおっしゃるなら。ですが、兄様に全てをお願いするわけにはいきません。さくら様のお迎えは私が参りましょう。
Oh, I promised her that I'd be the one to do it.
差し出がましいようですけど、さくら様は私がお迎えに行った方が喜ばれる気がするんです。
Why do you say that? You got a point. You tried really hard to take Rikka home with her yesterday. There was some risk involved, but Sakura One-san probably would be delighted if Rikka came to visit her. I'll leave Sakura One-san to you then. We agreed to meet by the bridge in an hour.
はい、わかりました。まだ少し時間がありますね。
You should relax at home before heading out. Leave the shopping to me.
はい、よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, it'd been better if Rikka had gone shopping since she was better at it, but I couldn't push it onto her every single time. This would be my share of the work. Oh, by the way, why don't I make dinner tonight? I was skeptical that Mom could cook given her memory loss and didn't want her to overwork herself anyway. I would put Rikka and me on cooking duty, but...
お食事の支度は私に任せていただいて構いません。むしろ任せていただければ嬉しいくらいです。
We're two able-bodied people, so we should really share the workload. Although you are better at it, so I might end up counting on you quite a bit.
そうですか。
Rikka looked thoughtful for a moment, possibly feeling awkward for giving me such a task.
はい、わかりました。私が担当の時は全力で兄様たちのために美味しい料理をお作りします。
She meekly accepted my suggestion and nodded. Rikka was a little too devoted, but she was great at listening to what others had to say.
では兄様、お買い物をお願いします。夕食の献立はお任せしますので。
I'll be sure to pick something decent. Okay, I'll be back later.
いって ってらっしゃいませ。
An uneasy feeling, one associated with being a family, suddenly welled up inside of me once again. Having her see me off as I headed out the door wasn't a bad feeling, though. Still feels weird somehow. I had some free time now that I wasn't meeting up with Sakura One-san, so I changed course and headed toward the station. Rikka and I had wandered around the area on our way to the shrine last night, so it wasn't like I was entirely unfamiliar with it. If I headed west, I would eventually come out on the same street the supermarket was on, Wakamiya OG.
こんにちは、ユキ。
Who are you? Who's Alice? Who are you? That wasn't a dream? No? You mean the whole thing with the cherry blossom? No?
まだそんなこと言ってるの？
For the time being.
まあ、夢だと思うくらいに私が優れているのは確かだけど。
I don't know, it just looks different, from the cherry blossom time. Remarkable, she really was quite full of herself. Her sensibilities must have been skewed from that of a normal human for her to say superior instead of beautiful, though. By the way, I sincerely doubt this, but were you waiting for me?
そう、待ち構えてたんだよ。
How'd you know? When you're so blind, it makes being vigilant seem foolish.
バカバカしいことではあるな。まあ、あまり気にしなくていいよ。わざわざ待ち構えなくても、ユッキーとはしょっちゅう会うことになるだろうしね。
Maybe it's fate?
もちろん、ユッキーは私の息子みたいなものだからね。
What? I'm like a son to Alice? Huh. I'm all set on mothers. Mine just got discharged from the hospital.
へえ。
The witch nodded meaningfully. There was that incomprehensible joke about me being her son or something, and now this? I really couldn't get a read on her.
驚きの対面だったでしょうね。例えば、記憶がないとか。
There's something you're not telling me? I realize now that her being aware of my past may mean she knew about my mother's situation too.
ユッキーじゃなくて、彼女こそが私の客だったから。
Your client as a witch? That was a fishy story indeed.
母親と会ったのなら、昨日知りたがっていた私と君の関係を教えてもいいよ。
Oh, yes. As long as you can explain it in about half an hour.
そんなに時間はかからないよ。それじゃあ、店に行こう。
Whoa, what a turn. So she said as she walked in the direction of the cherry blossom forest. I was worried about waltzing right into a witch's territory, but I obediently followed after her regardless. The witch's shop was an isolated shop that seemed to appear out of nowhere in the middle of the cherry tree forest. Do you live here?
そう、表向きは謎の骨董屋、アリエルだよ。
Ariel? I feel like I've heard of that before.
由来は気にしないで。名前というのは大事なものだけど、それだけに迂闊に多くは語れない。
Meaning doesn't really matter, but if that's what it is superficially, does that mean it's something else behind the scenes?
もちろん。
The witch turned around and grinned happily at me.
まあ、表向きの客なんて来たことないしね。
I mean, that would happen if you built your shop out here.
ゆるい結界も張ってるし。
But that's probably why no one knows about it. Probably. A barrier?
必要ない人間には見つからないようになっている。
Or another way, anyone who does require it will find this place.
それが私のお客さん。どうぞ、中へ。
Ah. The interior of the shop. How should I explain this? I imagined something much more mystical to match her profession, but the interior was more like a textbook example of a kid who couldn't clean up after herself. The walls were covered in oriental paintings and scrolls, but there were also Western teddy bears, music boxes, and other sets of items that were incoherently lined up next to each other. If I had to name something vaguely familiar, it would probably be the countless elaborately designed bird cages that were suspended from the ceiling. However, there were no birds. It was more like a storage facility for knickknacks than an antique shop. I incredulously gave her my impression.
往々にしてガラクタで合ってる。
The witch had donned a hat and robe and tilted her head at me. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna end the episode here, everybody, for Supipara Chapter 2. We'll find out what is in the shop and what story she has to tell us about our past. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, then please smash that like button and pound that subscribe button down below to get more awesome videos. And don't forget to ring the little bell to get notifications of my uploads. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye!